Hello everyone and welcome back to Stardew Valley. Today we're going to be talking about the mines. It'll be a little bit of a longer video, but that's because we're going to be talking about two other things. We're going to be going over combat, and we're also going to be going over how to upgrade your tools once you get the valuable ore from the mines. To begin, the mines won't actually be available as soon as you start the game. Some rocks will be blocking the entrance until Spring 5, at which point you'll receive a letter from Joja Mart saying that they've removed the rocks, allowing you access to the mine. Once you enter the mines, you'll have a short cutscene with Marlin where he'll give you a sword, and in order to go into the mines, you'll want to have your sword with you, and you'll want to have a pickaxe. The mines are used to find valuable ore, which will be used to upgrade your tools, and gems, which can be used in crafting recipes. The main types of ore that we'll be looking for today are copper, iron, gold, and iridium. Copper can be found in the mine starting from floor 1 and onwards. Iron can be found in the mine starting at floor 40, and gold can be found in the mines between floors 80 and 120, which is the last floor of the mine. There is a rare chance that you'll be able to find iridium from mystic stones between floors 105 to 120, but the mines north of Stardew Valley are not actually the mines where you'll be farming the majority of your iridium. Once you get to level 120 of the mines, you'll unlock a key that allows you to go to another mine out in the desert called the Skull Cavern. This mine is where you'll find iridium, and we'll go over that a little bit later. In addition to ores, while breaking rocks, there's a chance that you'll find geodes, gems, artifacts, and other goodies in the mines. Geodes can be processed at Clint's for 25 gold each and can contain artifacts, gems, ores, and miscellaneous goods such as clay and stone. Gems can be donated to Gunther at the museum in the southeast part of town, along with artifacts. The house is just south of Clint's. Some gems are used in crafting recipes, so I recommend holding on to a few of each after you donate your first one. Artifacts will have the artifact tag on them and can be donated to the museum. Artifacts give rewards either by the number of artifacts donated, or certain artifacts give certain rewards. For example, once you donate all 4 dwarven scrolls, you'll be able to talk to the dwarf that's located in the mine. Speaking of the dwarf, when you walk into the mine, you'll notice that there's a hallway to the right with a rock blocking it. Once you upgrade your pickaxe to, I believe it's copper, but I'll check in editing, you'll be able to break the rock and go to speak to the dwarf. If you haven't donated the dwarven scrolls, all 4 of them, you won't be able to buy anything from him or talk to him. But if you have donated all 4, he is a shop where you can buy food to use in the mines and bombs to help with clearing of debris within the mines. Just like farming, mining has its own skill tree that you'll get from mining. At level 5, you can either choose Miner, which will give you +1 ore per vein, or Geologist, which gives you a chance for gems to appear in pairs instead of getting just one gem. At level 10, if you chose Miner as level 5, you'll be able to select either Blacksmith, which makes metal bars worth 50% more, or Prospector, which gives you a chance to find double coal. If you chose Geologist at level 5, you can either select Excavator at level 10, which gives you a chance to find double geodes, or Gemologist, which makes gems worth 30% more. In addition to mining, while you're in the mines, you'll come across enemies such as slimes and bats who are trying to take your health to 0. When your health reaches 0, all that happens is that you're found by a member of the town, taken to the top of the mines, and you'll find that some money's missing from your pockets and a few items are missing. In order to recover the items lost from your inventory, you'll need to speak to Marlin in the Adventurers Guild, and he'll, for a price, be able to retrieve one of the items you lost. So if you lost 4 different things, you'll have to select which one is most important to you. When you first enter the mine, as I mentioned earlier, Marlin will give you a simple sword to fight them off. As you get deeper into the mine, you'll be able to get better weapons. You'll get rings with different powers, such as bonus attack damage, a ring that has a ring of light around you so you can see what's going on. There's a ring that reflects damage back at enemies, etc. Some of these can be purchased from Marlin, and some of these are crafted as you level your mining skill up. You'll also get boots that give you damage immunity as you get through levels of the mine. And if you happen to lose something, don't worry, Marlin sells everything that you get as rewards through the mine at the Adventurers Guild. There are, in my opinion, three different kinds of enemies that I face in the mines. The first are slime types. These are enemies that just walk along the ground and try to get to you and hurt you. Slimes will jump at you, dust sprites will just walk into you. The second type are bats. Bats are any enemy that I consider flying around, so lower in the mines you'll face ghosts that fly at you. You'll face different kinds of bats that fly at you, and they just get knocked back farther and are more of a nuisance. The final enemy, in my opinion, are ranged. For example, the skeletons lower in the mine shoot at you. There are some, I don't know the exact name for them, but other dust sprites that'll shoot at you as well. These ones are a little annoying because they can shoot over rocks as well. So if you're in a bad position and stuck behind some rocks, they'll be attacking you while you're trying to get to them. When fighting, you have two main moves. If you're on PC and you left click your mouse, it'll swing your sword and attack the enemy. And if you right click, it'll block. So if you're about to be attacked and you can't take everyone on at once, just right click and then knock them back a little bit and do a little bit of damage. You'll also get a slingshot that can damage enemies from afar. The slingshot doesn't do that much damage, but it's there as a viable option if you want it. Just like farming and mining, there's also a combat skill that you'll level up from fighting off enemies in the mines and Skull Cavern. At level 5, you can select Fighter, where all attacks deal 10% more damage. At level 10, if you selected Fighter, you can either select Brute, where you deal 15% more damage, or Defender, where you get 25 bonus health points. The other level 5 option is Scout, which increases your critical strike chance by 50%. At level 10, if Scout is selected, you can either select Acrobat, which cuts the cooldown on special moves in half, or Desperado, which makes critical strikes deadly. Now, once you've collected all your resources from the mine for the day, you'll want to use the ore to upgrade your tools. In order to upgrade your tools, you need to go into the mine and get 1 copper, at which point Clint will give you a blueprint to craft a furnace. Once you craft a furnace, which requires 25 stone and 20 copper to make, you'll need 5 ore of the material you're trying to craft and 1 coal in order to create 1 bar of that type. So if you're trying to make a copper bar, you'll need 5 copper ore and 1 coal in order to smelt it. To actually upgrade your tools, you'll need to go to Clint's and you'll need 5 bars of the tool level you're trying to get to. And the tool levels, as a reminder, you go from copper to iron, also called steel, to gold, to iridium. So the first upgrade is copper. That requires 5 copper bars and 2,000 gold. The second is steel, which requires 5 iron bars and 5,000 gold. The third is gold, which requires 10,000 gold and 5 gold bars. And the final level is iridium, where you'll need 25,000 gold and 5 iridium bars. When you actually upgrade the tool at Clint will remove it from your inventory, and you'll pick it up 2 days later from it. So if you upgrade your watering can, you won't have that watering can for 2 days. For example, on my game, it's currently the 11th of winter, so if I were to upgrade a tool, I would not get it back until the 13th. The 4 tools that you can upgrade are the watering can, the hoe, the axe, and the pickaxe. Each upgrade allowing you to do more and more. For example, as I talked about in the farming video, if I get a copper hoe, I can do 3 squares in a row at once. If I get an iron, I can do 5 in a row. If I get a gold, I can do a 3x3. And if I have an iridium hoe, I can at once do a 3x6. As I mentioned earlier, when you reach level 120, you'll get the Skull Key, which will allow you to access the Skull Cavern out in the desert. In order to get to the desert, you'll have to complete the vault room in the community center, where Pam will begin driving the bus for 500 gold per trip. Unlike the mines back in Stardew Valley, this mine doesn't have any checkpoints every 5 floors, and instead you start at level 1 each time you go in. However, this is where you'll find essentially all the iridium you're going to get in the game. Iridium nodes are rare, with a very low chance to spawn on floor 1, but as you move lower and lower through Skull Cavern, the chance for iridium nodes to spawn get higher and higher. Typically around floor 20, you'll notice you'll get to the 3 floor, and if you get to levels such as 100, you'll find that you maybe get 10 iridium nodes a floor. To help navigate through Skull Cavern, since it doesn't reset, in addition to ladders which go down 1 floor, you may, from time to time, find a hole in the ground. These shafts will allow you to jump down, and it will lower you anywhere from 3 to 15 floors, helping you get to the iridium levels quicker. Now today I went a little quicker than I normally do in the video, but that's just because we had a lot to talk about. I realized once we were talking about the mines, we had to talk about what we were doing, why we were going to the mines, what we were going to be getting out of it, and then combating. So this video was a little longer than I was looking for it to be, so I went through everything a little bit quicker. I hope it was helpful, just like the farming guide. Next week we'll go over another topic on the basics of Stardew Valley. I would recommend going to the mines. There's so much to get from the mines. A lot of the quartzes and gems are using a lot of the in-game crafting recipes, so you want to hold on to those. Make sure you have a few of them. And once again, I hope that you all found this guide helpful. I appreciate it, and I'll see you all for the next one.